Welcome to Birds of Prey Sports Talk, where we cover Orioles and Ravens news weekly. We're hosts Jared and TJ, and in this video, we'll be breaking down the Orioles versus Padres series, which was very how do I say this, disappointing series. The Padres, team with a high budget that's really been struggling this season. Coming in, they're only 56 and 62, so they're not doing terrible, but they're not doing good for their expectations. A few games away from the World Series last season, and now you may not even make the playoffs. So anyways, we're just gonna get right into this, game one. The Orioles win that game 4-1. They get one in the second, three in the fifth. Padres get one in the sixth, and that's all they score. Orioles score 4 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. Padres get 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. Our top hitters in the day: Gunnar Henderson goes 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Mahern goes 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Hicks goes 2 for 3 with a run scored and leaves the game with injury. Gunnar Henderson gets a double, his 17th of the season, and Mullins gets a double as well, his 17th in the season as well. Mahern gets a home run in the second inning off Darvish. It's his 10th of the season. Our pitching line: Grayson Rodriguez goes 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts, 1 home run given up. He wins. He gets the win. He's 3-3 on the year. Jacob Webb continues to impress. He gets his 7th hold in the season. An inning pitched, 1 hit, and zeros across the board. And Felix Bautista comes in, kind of struggles a little bit, gets his 32nd save in the season. An inning pitched, zeros across. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. Our pitching totals: 9 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a home run given up. Probably Grayson's best start of the season. I don't know how much you've got to watch. Did you leave at that point?
I got to watch this game. I got to watch this game.
You get to watch both of the games. You left for the third one, right?
Second one.
No, because you were here for the second game, because the next game we get blown out. Remember, in the third game, you were on your way.
Okay. Yeah.
So TJ's back here safe. So thank God for that. Yeah, give me your thoughts and analysis on Grayson's performance today or that day.
Grayson has really, really impressed me. It seemed like, when we sent him back down to the farm system, instead of, taking that and just being down about it and losing his confidence,
Right.
he really excelled down there. He really said, you know what, let me work on my craft. Let me see what I can do better. And let me apply it to the big leagues when I come back. And that's exactly what he's been doing, and it's good to see our, infield and our outfield having his back too, in this game, and not having all types of silly errors that, are unusual for us. So
Right.
he was amazing in this game. And, every time I see him pitch like this, it makes me just think of a future ace. We finally have, a Chris Sale on our team. You know what I'm saying? A ace that is going to, dominate the AL for years and years. So I'm very excited. I'm very proud of him.
Right.
Great.
And then, who knows? We could have 2 aces getting developed with Bradish doing very, very well this season, So, and then, who knows, other young pitchers, and then returning pitchers like Wells and Means, like this rotation's a little bit more deeper than people thought, So, and with Grayson doing well, or really good, I should say, since coming up from his stint in AAA, just really showed, maybe he just needed some time to get his footing in, coming off an injury, and then he could go, what he's doing now, So hopefully this translates to next year. Hopefully it translates the rest of the season, He doesn't just fall off a cliff, He just have him pitch well the rest of the year, build up his arm, build up his confidence, come back next year and continue to do the same thing. But and not a lot of offense for us tonight. Our offense has been kind of stifling a little bit lately. It hasn't been too hot. We're just getting Mullins back. First series back was in the Mariners series, which we just won, which took a lot out of us. It took a lot of grit. Took a lot of energy. So it's like the series was kind of in doom. Because if you think back to I want to say it was the Rays series. That 4-game series, we're giving it all 100%, getting the division, and then we come out and look flat versus the Phillies.
Yeah.
So it seems like that happens way more than it should. But anyways, so that was a recap of game 1. In game 2, we get blown out 10-3. It was not a good game in any way, shape, or form. Pirates get 5. Sorry, Padres get 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the fifth. We get 1 in the sixth and 2 in the ninth to make it look better, I guess. Orioles get 3 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. It's kind of a shame. Only got 3 runs off 11 hits, but Padres get 10 runs on 13 hits and no errors. Our top hitters, Henderson goes 1 for 5 with an RBI. Mullins goes 2 for 4 with an RBI, and Hayes goes 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. O'Hearn gets a double in the game, his 16th on the season. Hayes gets a double as well, his 27th on the season. Hayes also hits a home run in the ninth inning, his 11th of the season. Jack Flaherty has a very poor start. He only goes 3 innings, four hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts, and 1 home run given up. He gets the loss. He's 8-8 on the year. Nick Vespi goes 2 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Fujinami comes in for an inning, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Mike Baumann comes in for an inning, 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, and 2 strikeouts. No walks and 2 strikeouts. And James McCann comes in for mop-up duty. He goes an inning, 2 hits, and zeros across the board. Our pitching totals are 8 innings pitched, 13 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned runs, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a home run given up. Just not a very pretty game. Just it's not encouraging that your trade deadline pick gives up 7 runs in the game. That's not helpful at all whatsoever. And just was kind of a lost cause from the beginning. I hate blowouts on the road. Then I hate blowouts on the road on the West Coast because it's like you stayed up for nothing. And I think we got to film in this day just because like we knew that the game was over. Our offense was out of it. Our defense, our pitching was just terrible. Do you have anything to say about this game too? There really is not much to say besides we got blown out.
You're right. And I just want to say, like, this game is probably one of the few games this season where everything is just completely on us in a loss. We've had
Yeah.
some losses where, oh, we lost because of this, we lost because of that. But this game, we just lost because we were just bad. We have 11 hits. What does that tell you? We left runners, we left scoring positions open. We could have gotten closer in this game. We could have tied the game. And going back to what you said about Flaherty, we can't get that out of a pickup. We need him to be, good. We need him to carry on and be better with this team. And, just all around an ugly loss, bad loss, all on us.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to sum it up. Like you said, 11 hits, only 3 runs. Maybe this game could have been a shootout.
Yeah.
Who knows? But if you can't drive him in, that means that you're just doomed to fail from the start. So especially when you give up 7 runs in 2 innings. So that's also how you're doomed to fail as well. Obviously you have, want to say 24, 21 outs to work with as an offense, but just a terrible game. That's all I gotta say. So to go to the rubber match in the series, the Orioles do unfortunately lose 5-2, so they do lose the series to the Padres. Orioles get 1 in the first, Padres get 3 in the third. We get 1 in the sixth, but they get 2 in the seventh and put the game away. Orioles get 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. San Diego gets 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Our top hitters in the day, Adley Rutschman goes 2 for 4 with a run scored. Mountcastle goes 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Let me see. That's really all our top hitters in the game. Adley Rutschman gets a double off Blake Snell, his 20th on the season, and Mountcastle hits a home run, his 16th on the year. Dean Kramer gets a loss. He goes 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Fujinami struggles in this outing. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. Cena Perez comes in for to finish the job in the 7th. He goes 1/3 of an inning and 1 hit, and he did let Fernando Tatis steal home. And Jacob Webb goes an inning and zeros across the board. Our pitching line goes 8 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Very, very disappointing to say the least. I think Kramer kept you in the game pretty well, only allowing the 3. The offense just looked flat, we've been saying this past 2 nights, only 5 hits in this game. Each game you faced a pretty good starter, but they got to Blake Snell a little bit. Blake Snell, one of the better pitchers in the National League, and he's 10-8 with a 2.65 ERA at the time of filming this. So you know, I mean, I don't know how much of this game you saw, but do you have any thoughts about this game three?
Overall, I just feel like in this game, I feel like we just got too complacent. We just got too lazy, and you could tell they wanted it more. I mean, how do we let Tatis, still home like that?
Right.
It just felt like the whole vibes of this get the last two games of this series is they wanted it more. They're fighting for a wild card, spot right now. And just like how you said, they're one of the big spenders. They have so many all-stars on their team. I mean, in a way, it's kind of embarrassing for them if they can't make the playoffs with all this
Right.
firepower. And they're
Right.
fighting. And I feel like, they just wanted it more than us.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I felt like the last two games. You get blown out and then you lose a close game. But that seventh inning is a backbreaker. You keep it at 3-2. You give your offense a chance, and then I want to say Adley gets robbed of a hit on first base that would have scored a run. I'm not sure, but it definitely, if it didn't score a run, it would have had two or three people on. So that could have been a chance for a huge inning, and it just showed how well the Padres played in the series. They haven't really played all year. And this could spark them into a playoff run. And it's not like they're a bad team. Like I said, like we've said in the whole video, they're very much big spenders in this market. They've signed Xander Bogaerts, re-signed Manny, gonna have to re-sign Soto. They gave Tatis the contract a few years ago. All these guys they spent big money on. I think Darvish too, and Snell. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I can't think of everybody, but those are just the guys I can think about. That'll take up a majority of their what's it called, payroll, and they're all good players. It's not like they're all bad players. They're all good players, and you know it's not like we lost to some scrubs. I guess that's the only way to look at it. We lost to a team that's underperforming, yeah, but they're not a bad team. They're just playing bad. There's two differences on that. You can be a bad team and play bad. You can also be a bad team and play good, but You usually won't play good. So, maybe like I said, maybe this will spark some. Our next series versus the A should help a lot. We should really, beat them up. The easiest way to put it. I'm pretty sure you agree with that.
Lay the hammer down. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's gonna be our recap of the Orioles versus Padres series. Do you have any last thoughts about this series right here?
Just a disappointing series. Let's just go on to the next one.
Yep. So, like I said, this is our breakdown of the Orioles versus Padres series. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share on wherever you can. Don't forget to subscribe to our second channel, Casual Cinema, and don't forget to check out our Twitter and our TikTok. Trying to figure out more TikToks to post. So if you guys have any ideas, shoot them down in the comments. And then on our Twitter, we post inning by inning updates for the Ravens. I'm sorry, for the for the Ravens, for the Orioles. And then usually game updates for the preseason game. Not as much for the preseason, but definitely for the regular season. So don't forget to check that out. And we're Birds of Prey, and we're out.
We're out.